Hi guys, welcome back to Lunatic Astrology. I'm your astrologer, Lori Lothian, and today we're going to be talking about the conjunction of Jupiter and Venus in the sky on February the 11th. And we're going to talk about how this conjunction comes together in Aquarius at the place of an asteroid at the same time, an asteroid named Ops, the goddess of plenty, opportunity, optimism, hope, abundance. And of course, Jupiter and Venus are both benefics in their own right, even though they may be in a planetary war according to the Vedic tradition. I still have seen really good things come in the Western tradition from their joining in the sky. I'm going to talk about the pattern of their history of doing this kind of rendezvous together in the heavens, because they've done it before in 2017 and 2019. We'll go back and look at those to give context to what's happening now. Now, this February 11th conjunction of the two benefics, Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, is also going to tightly correspond to Juno, the goddess of committed love, monogamy, fidelity, sometimes jealousy, but certainly unions and contracts that are meant to go the distance. Committed, even business relationships, I've seen Juno play a really big part in. Oh, just hang on. I'm not going to start this video over, but I think you all heard the dog barking. I'm on a bed and in a girlfriend's place in Vancouver, and the dog just started going nuts. Okay, sorry about that. Milo, be quiet. So how exciting is it? There's so much plenty. There's so much goodness. There's so much juice coming up. I hope, anyway, for all of us, with Jupiter joining with Venus, with Asteroid Ops sextiling Juno. So let's go ahead and look at the charts in a minute. But before I do that, let me also give you some background information. One of the things that I love is like kind of researching the asteroids and finding out, what people have said about them. So I just took a lot of, kind of overall notes of keywords for ops as an opportunity, optimism, right? Those words are from the Latin root word. And the Latin root word that ops, the wife of the asteroid, which is the wife of Saturn / Kronos, represents, are words such as, let me see, I've got all my key ops words: riches, goodness, abundance, gifts, plenty, opportunity, brilliant hope after a time of great difficulty, happy endings after a time of travail. And she also had a love of the earth and resources, and they had festivals in ancient Rome to her, etc. Apparently in August, there was a big celebration in ancient Rome of this particular goddess. She was also known as the Queen of Heaven, and her mom was Gaia and Uranus. Okay, so the Titan gods, Uranus, the sky god, and Gaia, the earth mother, gave birth to both Saturn and his sister Rhea, or Kronos and his sister Ops, or whichever way it was. I can't remember the Greek and Roman. And of course, they had a tendency to marry their siblings, which is kind of interesting. So did the Egyptian pharaohs do that. So there you go in that myth. So here's the thing. I kind of feel that despite the pandemic, despite the market turbulence in the stock market, despite all the crazy stuff going on in the world politically, I think we're in for some kind of lucky break. Each of us, in all of our all signs bit, okay, which stay tuned for your all signs. Well, I'll go into your luck based on your sun, moon, or ascendant sign. But let's keep in mind that this feels optimistic. Now, with the sextile to Juno, who is the wife of Zeus. Okay, so they're in a sense, Juno is Zeus's wife, and she's his sister too. So Rhea Ops is her mother. Not just like gets crazy like a bad soap opera, but the idea is that Juno's participating in a sextile as well to this Venus-Jupiter conjunction. So it will bring new partnerships into our life, and new agreements, new contracts, new business and love partnerships, and new ways to cement, working in a collaborative way with others. So we'll look at each of our charts to see where that falls in terms of your sun sign. Don't forget, please like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you can help me grow my channel if you like what I'm doing. And also, I've got a lot of stuff on sale. Check below. I have my all signs, literally an hour video for each sign, on sale right now for $14.95 per sign, or the whole bundle, every sign, share with your friends and family for like $39, right? Or just, whatever, get the idea. So that's a lot of content for only $39, 12 hours. So go ahead and check below for that information. My sister Cindy Lee at Blind Faith Readings has a year ahead reading on sale right now at more than half price. You can check the description box there below for that too. Okay, so let's get moving. Oh, and I also want to add a weird thing. These asteroids are playing a big role. Juno herself at the time of the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction, I'm trying to get comfortable in this bed, she's conjunct the asteroid Urania, which is associated, she's one of the 9 muses of Greek mythology, and she's associated with music, song, and dance, but also astronomy and astrology. I wonder if we're going to find something in the sky, like the big sky telescopes are going to have a big reveal as this February 11th Juno on Urania connects with Saturn and Jupiter and Venus, okay, in a sextile. So Jupiter and Venus coming together is luck. It's just a prosperous, lucky event, time, whatever. And keywords are generosity and harmony, beauty, love, happiness, popularity, falling in love, romance with your perfect match, investing in profits, making a windfall, etc. Having a windfall. So you can get a windfall. Definitely buy a lottery ticket just for fun. Don't break the bank, when you get to this particular opportunity on February 11th. And I'm just going to try to pull myself out of the sun that's shining in the bedroom. I feel like I'm squinting at you guys. Sorry. It's so bright in here. Okay. So let's go ahead and look back in time, and then we're going to look at what's happening here. I think it's useful to go back in time. It helps us, right? So the only thing I can do is talk about me in this case. So I'm going to give you 2 examples of how a Jupiter-Venus conjunction in the sky can operate to bring a lucky break, hope, optimism, and something juicy good. So January 22nd, 2019. So yes, this is an every 2-year event. So January 22nd, 2019, they came together, Jupiter and Saturn, at the 16th degree of Sagittarius. And what that did in my particular chart was opened up a window in my house of my Sagittarian house of my career, my friends, my friendships, the house of tribes and belonging, my 11th house, in great gains from my career. But it was really about the friendship piece, because at the same time, this blessed union came together, Jupiter and Saturn at 16 degrees of Aquarius, Sagittarius, there was a trine in the sky to Mars in my house of childhood friends, my 3rd house of, the friends you might have known from childhood. And actually just that very week, a couple of days, 3 or 4 days before, 4 days before this perfected conjunction, was still coming to conjunction. It was about 5 degrees off perfection. An old friend from kindergarten and elementary school got in touch with me, and high school, and we started corresponding. We're still in a friendship correspondence since then. So it was literally incited by this co-joining of the planets, Jupiter and Venus in the house of friends and allies, coming with a trine from Mars, masculine energy in the house of childhood friendships. So there's an example. Back in 2017, November the 13th, it was at 17 degrees of Scorpio, or 7 degrees of Scorpio, excuse me, in my 10th house of career. And at the same time, there was a trine to Neptune in my 2nd house of earnings. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. That November, around the time of this conjunction, not even thinking about what I was doing, I taught the first online course for which I made money. I used to give them away for free, and it was called the Money Magic Challenge. Neptune, money in the money house, Pisces, Jupiter and Venus together in my house of career, my 10th house Scorpio. Scorpio kind of rules that magical stuff as well. So there you go. And so I made some money for the first time ever doing a course online. Thank you to that conjunction. So let's discuss what this time could be about. What could it mean this time around for the collective, and then what could it mean for each of us in our signs? I'm going to look at the chart while I tell you, and then we're going to share the all signs charts as I navigate through this. And I'll give you guys each about maybe a minute or 2 talking about each sign. So, in the sky this time, there's a stellium of planets in Aquarius co-joined with that Venus-Jupiter conjunction that we haven't seen since 1962. Keep thinking Venus and Aquarius is really a variation of like that famous 1971 Coca-Cola song, want to sing the world a song, or something, a song of perfect harmony, something like apple trees and honeybees and snow white turtle doves. Anyway, that song kind of exemplifies Venus and Aquarius anyway. We are one, let's all be one, unite despite our differences, the cheerful stuff like that. And, that commercial actually shows people of all different stripes and ethnicities all kind of co-joined in a celebration. And, Venus is that temperament of harmony, love, and peace. Now she's in Aquarius, which rules groups of people. And, you know, Jupiter joins her there. They're at 12 degrees. Certainly, if you have any planet near 12 Aquarius, which I do, my Saturn right there, right at 9, not too far off. My ascendant just on the other side at 16 Aquarius. So I'm getting a lot of energy from this. And if you do have a planet around 12 degrees of Aquarius, maybe give or take, you know, 5 degrees on either side. And then certainly on the angles, on the fixed angles of, do you have anything in Taurus around 12 degrees, anything in Scorpio in 12, or Leo in 12 opposing? Those energies could be, this Jupiter energy meeting with Venus can incite and instigate changes and blessings in those other parts of your chart as well, angular or squaring and opposing this conjunction of the two. Now, certainly any planet at 12 degrees, give or take 3 degrees, is going to have some wind from this, except for any planets in Capricorn, except for any planets in Pisces, except for any planets in Cancer, except for any planets in Virgo. And that's just simply because those are in aversion. But the rest of the signs, yeah, sure, look for 12 degrees, give or take a few minutes or a few degrees for good luck there, where it's going to blast out. Don't forget the Asteroid Ops / Rhea is in the mix with the two. Plenty, abundance, queen of heaven, you know, opportunity, gifts, I said plenty. Yeah, it's an exciting combination to me. I'm really excited. I don't know what it's going to look like for the world. Now, February 11th. Okay, so because there's a sextile to Juno and she's connected to Urania, which rules also astronomy, I'm wondering if there's not some astronomical discovery, something in the heavens, something with a telescope that has some kind of meaning or importance. So let's see what happens. And Juno is sitting at 16 Sagittarius, and this is a 12, well, it's almost a 13 degree, you know, kind of thing happening with Jupiter and Venus on February 11th. So the whole day is blessed, right? February 11th is just that day. But the actual activity can happen on either side, Milo, on either side of this conjunction. Day-wise. So give it 3 or 4 days before the February 11th and maybe 2 days after, where this goodness is bubbling up, where this juice is happening. Now, at the same time this is happening, there's a broad square from this to the nodes, not a broad square, broad sextile and trine to the south node, sextile, trine, the north node. So it's good fate, good destiny, good positivity, good turns of fate. There's a bit of a fated quality for the world and for your own life with this particular twist of the turning point. You know, anytime we have all those planets in Aquarius and then Uranus sitting down there in Taurus, kind of applying a generalized square to them, I'm waiting for some unexpected, astounding discovery that rocks our world. I really am. I don't know. I keep joking about the UFO they uncover, or the lost civilization they discover, or the scrolls they find hidden underneath the Sphinx or something, or the UFO on the White House lawn, or something like magnificent. And this possibility right now with the Urania piece on Juno could be that. If something happens like an astronomical discovery of any great note, I wouldn't doubt with Juno, it happens with a pair of astronomers, or, you know, a dynamic duo discovering something, you know, Uranian, well, astrological discoveries don't make the news, right? So it's like, I'm going to go with the astronomical rather than the astrological part of Urania on Juno. All right. So that's the gist of the general stuff. I'm going to show you the chart, and we're going to do the all signs. So let me share my screen. And we're going to do every sign, starting with Aries, and give you a little taste of what's possible. So let me see. Am I actually sharing, you guys? I'm not sure I am yet. There we go. I hope that's shared. Hang on. Let me see. Okay. I'm not even sure I'm sharing. So give me a minute. I don't see the green ring around it that says I'm sharing. Okay. Let's do that again. You are screen sharing. Oh, there's the green ring. Okay. Let's move this back to Aries before we get started. Okay. So give me a sec. Move it by the hours. Okay. So here we have it. So you can see there's a 12 and 12. There's a sextile to Juno at 15 or 16. You know, she's almost at 16 when I cast this chart for Aries. And, in your own chart, wherever this is happening, wherever you live, maybe you look at the precise or perfected degree and see what is rising that day. I've got it set for 1235, 1240. It's pretty close to perfect. It's a little past perfect. Let me move it back for fun. Okay. Let's move it back by minutes. You guys, bear with me. I'm a geek. I like to get it perfect here. I'm geeking on astrology. Let's go back, Venus. Come on, let's connect to Jupiter. Let's get back there and let's find what the perfect connection is to Jupiter. Oh, this is going to take me forever. Yeah, I forget it, guys. Let's just say I did it and I didn't. Okay, so February 11th. So here we have the Aries. Now you see, I popped out of the Aries. Oh my God. Okay, that's going to drive me nuts. Give me a minute, guys. So the software does this thing where if you tap, 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 tap to advance it, then it just starts to do it without you. And you just want to shoot yourself because you have to wait for it to catch up. All right, let's go back. Let's forget everything. Let's go Aries. Okay, so refresh my screen. Aries, sun, moon, and ascendant, especially ascendant. You're going to encounter this blessed luck occurring in a house of good spirit. Your 11th house is a good luck house to begin with. And it's got you lots of juice up there for a great financial gain from your career. This is a house of belonging. Groups of social belonging. Where is your tribe? How do you fit in? Who do you want to belong to? What places of belonging are bringing you bounty around February 11th? I'm in Clubhouse. Clubhouse is an app that's very much 11th house Clubhouse. And, maybe I've applied for an astrology Clubhouse room. Maybe I'm in Clubhouse Club. Maybe I'll get it. I'll get approved around February 11th. That would be exactly the kind of thing that could happen when Jupiter and Venus come together in a house of clubs and belonging. I'm an Aries, sun, moon, and a sun and moon. Don't forget, check out your moon if you're a night baby and your sun if you're a day. I always tell people this. I always forget to remind you guys. So if there's all this energy of belonging and also financial gain from one's career and a sense of your hopes, dreams, and wishes, this is the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes amplified right now. There's participation or assistance from Juno on Urania. So don't forget, Ops is right here behind these two, behind Venus, behind Mercury, and then here's Juno, and behind her or with her. In the sky is another asteroid named Urania. So something coming from the 9th house for some of you, Aries. 9th house is a house of astrology, and Urania does rule that. Some breakthrough in astrology, some breakthrough in 9th house energy, partnering with others. Like what 9th house energy? Soul, God, wisdom, religion, foreign lands, partnership from a foreign land, connecting with someone from a foreign land. Maybe also something to do with education. For some of you, Aries, this is a house of higher education, a breakthrough where you get your approval. Let me get some water. You get your approval. You get your approval from the school of your choice, and it feels like a windfall to you, especially if you're shooting high for your hopes, dreams, and wishes. So good news on that front. Again, we're looking for this to be an abundant and prosperous vibe. Moving on then to the Taurians of the world. Taurus, sun, moon, and ascendant. Here you have this luck break happening in your career house or in the house of your action in the world, or praxis, how you show up in the world, how people see you. So your reputation is here, right? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to make sure that my mic is on. I'm turning all over the place in the sun here. So if you have a career or you're working, you have a job kind of thing you consider a career path, this is going to be good news for your career. And if you're a student, I always say to Tauruses, our students, this is like the job of being a student, right? It's going to have a lot of good things happen to it during this lucky break and onward. It's going to incite something positive. Plenty, abundance, cornucopia, hope. Happy endings after time of difficulty. Jupiter and Venus also bring popularity when they show up together, as well as, sort of creative luck and money, luck and love. But being popular, in the 10th house isn't a bad thing. So if you need to, really cash in on your kind of like your appeal, where you just seem to be running a thread of being quite popular and well liked, then that's really good for you around February 11th. You can see that Juno, the asteroid of companionship, fidelity, union. I've just seen her look like both business and real life partnerships of commitment is happening in your 8th house, but it's the 8th house of other people's money, like your spouse's money or bank loans or inheritances. You could benefit from negotiations and agreements with something to do with money, February 11th. Now, your spouse's money or your partner's money might get a boost as well, right? Given that that's happening in the house of the partner's money. The partner might get a breakthrough financially or breakthrough that benefits the jointly held monies between you, whether you're married or just living together, it's still your partner's money. And certainly if you want to do anything to get a bank loan or negotiate a mortgage or get any kind of financial leverage or make an investment that you think might pay off in, say, a stock or something, this is the 8th house stuff, and it can really benefit you as well. A tax rebate or a long overdue tax rebate maybe. But Juno is like signing contracts or making real agreements in that part of the chart. Gemini, sun, moon, and ascendant, especially ascendant. You're going to experience this energetic luck energy or goodness of bounty, popularity, prosperity, money and love, beauty, harmony. Yeah, you're going to see that in your 9th house, the 9th house of foreign lands, the 9th house of higher education, the 9th house of religion, the 9th house of God. Look at the stellium up there for you Geminis. I mean, this is a Dharma house. Finding your true path. What is your true path, Geminis? What do you want to do here when you grow up? And, the energetic is just such a blessing. In a house, it's a 9th house. And in Vedic astrology, it's also considered one of the luck houses. So you've got a lot of luck in a luck house. That's exciting. You can also see that the sextile to Juno is looking good from the 7th house of marriage, committed partnership, business partnerships. Sometimes the clients you see, you could pair, your clients, your audience, your other, you could pair up clients, or team up with somebody, business partners as well. Gemini, that could really benefit you. Now, you can even have legal contracts and negotiations and documents signed from 7th house agreements. So that's that idea of signing some auspicious development here. Juno is on Urania. Yes, it's astronomy and astrology, but she is a muse and she's one of the 9 muses. And she does also cover music, song, and dance. So it almost feels really like a very celebratory energetic coming from the 7th house for some of you. Geminis, sun, moon, and ascendant. Cancer, sun, moon, and ascendant, especially your ascendant. You're going to encounter some kind of beneficence in the money house of the 8th house energy. Now, sometimes the 8th house has other meanings like secrets revealed, taboo subjects, occult mysteries, magic, the darker, more mysterious parts of life. But, it's also a money house, and it's certainly money where you leverage it or it belongs to others and you benefit, like inheritances or alimony or spousal support or tax rebates or mortgages. Yeah. So, with that lucky break energy there of Jupiter combining his forces with Venus and sextiling Juno on February 11th. This is going to open the doors a couple days before, a few days after, don't be so literal, to some breakthrough in your finances. And it also could connect to the house of service and work and health. So money breakthroughs and health, but also, Juno means, an agreement, a negotiation. She's forever, by the way. Juno is in Sagittarius most of 2021 due to a retrograde. So a lot of you, Cancers might start looking at ways in terms of livelihood and work routines that you want to pair up and team up and partner up with others. So there's just a longer story going on there, but there could be an opportunity breaking through to financially benefit you in a partnership to do with the work you're doing in the world, especially the very practical work you're doing. Sometimes the 6th house is a house of employees. You might hire the perfect virtual assistant or employee during this time. And this would be the contractual agreement and in the house of work. And there would be the lucky break in your money because of it. All right. And it's a money house. So play the lottery for fun. Normally, I wouldn't say the 8th house is a windfall house. I'd be more saying the 5th house, but still, it can't hurt to buy one lottery ticket. Leo, sun, moon, and ascendant, you can see that this energy is happening in the house of marriage and partnership, audience, clients, and others that are in your life, including business partners, sometimes long-term friendships where it feels like you've been married to that person. So good news there. Some blessings are there. Jupiter, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus coming together, giving that 2 thumbs up. So if your marriage has been like struggling, then things will look better. You know, Jupiter is in your house of marriage for the next year, most of 22. And that also benefits your spouse or your partner. Okay. So a lot of you Leos, your partner gets lucky breaks this year in things that that partner is up to. But this also could be Venus, Jupiter, a breakthrough in their luck because, you know, this is the house of your partners. All right. And you can see that the goddess of marriage herself is doing from the house of romantic love and children and pregnancy and conception and things we generate. And it's a generative womb zone, right? Of joy and procreation and creation in that 5th house. It gets a nice little boost from the, you know, the muse saturated Urania, the muse saturated Juno. So if you're creative and artistic, you could have a breakthrough in your creativity and some kind of muse inspired new idea coming to you. But also, I'm just trying to adjust my mic, excuse me back here. Also, I could say to you that this could look like something to do with pregnancy. If you want to have a baby, this could look like things working out. And if you have a children, this could also benefit your children. But I would say, look at this. This is just a blessed zone anyway. And now we get this breakthrough blessing in the 7th house of your relationships and your significant other energies. So yay for you. You're going to see this parting, right? Venus is going forward. It's just, I'm just trying to keep this chart moving, but don't forget, they really were together on February 11th, all right? Before I got this far at 12 degrees. All right, so moving on. So here we go. Virgo, sun, moon, and ascendant. So you guys experience a lot of a positive breakthrough of a bounty, pleasure, opportunity, harmony, luck, happiness, plenty. If I add in the asteroid ops, opportunity in your 6th house of work. Now, depends on what your work is. You know, you could get hired, you could get employed, you could hire an employee. You could even have some kind of breakthrough in the daily routines and your health routines you do, because this rules your health routines and work routines. So health breakthroughs for you guys with Venus there, health and beauty breakthroughs as well. Now, if you're a student, I always say that because my daughter's a Virgo rising, she's a student, then the work routines around the work you're doing as a student are amplified and you get benefits from that as well. Some sort of extra juice coming there for you. Maybe you suddenly discover the best work routine ever or the best nook in your house to do your work from or something like that. You can see that Juno, the goddess of partnership, fidelity, commitment, sometimes jealousy, whatever, from the 4th house of home. This could look like signing a real estate contract. This could look like something good to do with buying or selling homes, or some kind of breakthrough in the root of the chart where you live, the home, the homeland. So it could be a real estate breakthrough. It could be a sale of a home. It could be a negotiating new rent decreases or a better price for your home, or something like that. It can be the house of the mother or the father. So breakthroughs with mother or father could happen. With Juno down there, I'm inclined to think of real estate agreements myself, contracts and agreements, okay? But also partnering up. If you're single and you live alone, maybe you and your beloved are thinking of partnering up. And so maybe that will be an opportunity that's offered to move in together for some of you Virgo risings. And also don't forget, this is also about the work you're doing. So, and the work you do here can be bright livelihood in the 6th house once you move away from slavery and servitude, some of the darker sides of that house, like just chugging along, you know, in a grind in the rat race kind of thing. And you get into, and I say slavery because it was a house of the house of the slaves in ancient tradition. So, you know, I think sometimes our workhouse can look like we're on some kind of grind, like we're like serfs instead of employees. So breaking through that for sure, some lucky break where maybe you get a promotion or a sideways move to another division and suddenly life looks good. And I look at the weird light, guys. Like, can you see me up here? I tried to move from the sun and I moved into the sun, I think. Libra, sun, moon, and ascendant, especially the ascendant rising signs. This is a fifth house energy. If you want to have a baby, this is a lucky time for conception. This will benefit your children. Your children could have luck. Fifth house of children, fifth house of the muse, fifth house of creativity and artistic expression. Now, also, you could end up with a business. If you're doing your own independent business enterprise, it could really have some blessings, some real uptick, some real takeoff in the fifth house, which can rule independent business enterprise. Now, this is a money luck, especially through speculation house, like, a casino or a lottery ticket or something. Don't bet the whole house on this astrology forecast. I'm just telling you that it's some money luck could happen for you, and especially Jupiter and Venus together mean money luck, right? Money and love luck. So you have some love and money luck coming to you. And Juno is in the third house. So this is a house of your neighborhood friends, a local community, short trips and travel, writing, self-expressing, oracles and divining. Now, with Juno there, maybe some partnership is going to come out of your local neighborhood. Who lives nearby that you might get together with and, realize, oh, like, oh, my neighbor and I get along really well. Maybe this is something I should pay attention to. Or the butcher I see every day with my COVID mask on when I buy some food from him. Oh, okay. What else? I'm sorry, guys. This is all twisted up. Next. Is that all I want to say? Third house, siblings. Yeah. So siblings to the lucky money house, etc. Agreements with siblings, contracts with siblings. Okay, that could be it. Or friends from childhood or friends you've had forever. Bringing blessings to your money and love story and creativity and all of that. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. You're going to get the juice of this in your natal. Let me just check my time. Someone's picking me up today for a walk. I'm okay. Hang on. Let me just reply to that person. Oh, sorry, just get out of the sun. It's driving me insane. I almost need my sunglasses to talk to you guys. Okay. I'm trying to keep the mic consistent volume. Scorpio, sun, moon, and ascendant. You're going to find that this is a boost to your real estate, your home, where you live, your mom, your dad, your family of origin, your ancestral line stuff, the root of you, the anchor of the chart. Can be like the place of a bit of a dark night of the soul. And now, just stellium is activating the whole bottom of the chart. Certainly there's a lot of momentum, something to do with where you live, and your interior of your home, your apartment or your house is very active right now. Now, honestly, I think this could look like a financial breakthrough to do with real estate or living somewhere or home, but also just some kind of luck and beauty. I mean, Venus is beauty and Jupiter is expansion, expanding the beauty in your home. I don't know, buying a really expensive but gorgeous carpet that you absolutely love. Something like that could happen, but it could be much bigger than that. It could be like portending some luck around finding a better home to live in, or a more beautiful home to live in, or expanding the home that you have, or love in the home. And you can see there's a sextile here to Juno in the money house of earnings and self-worth and self-possession, self-value, and what you love and how you value yourself. The house of voice, which can also be implied to be a house of vocation. This is money you make from the work you do. So I'm not sure if you are going to increase money here, but I would suggest that, the South Node almost is like let go and decrease, but move into eighth house money. But still, the blessing is second house, Juno, contractually reaching over to this Venus Jupiter combo. So what kind of agreements around your earnings are you going to likely make that also benefit your home environment as well? So blessed new agreements, blessed new earnings contracts. If you're an employee, it could look like a renegotiation of your salary and you get what you want. If you're an employer, I don't know, this could be, no, it's like really it's for you, so no matter what you do. If you're the boss of your own company, your own money picture looks like it might improve through agreements, partnerships, and especially partnerships. Let me go back to that Scorpios. You tend to be lone wolves sometimes, this Scorpio energy that likes to do its own thing, kind of like hidden away from the world sometimes. partnering in something for your financial well-being instead of doing it alone. Are you going to partner? This is a house of the voice, a podcast maybe, or partner to do a show, or partner to be on somebody's show and have a mic in your mouth like I have. All right, you get the idea. And this opportunity is opening up around February 11th. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. There's a third house activation, the house of siblings, short trips and travel, the house of your writing and self-expressing, sometimes marketing and merchandising, and certainly it can be a house of friends from your childhood kind of thing, or your really close buddies. So a lot of blessings in the house of the busy, cadent third house energy. Such a stellium in there as well. A lot of you might feel very busy, but maybe not sure you're getting anywhere. With the things you're doing daily. Sometimes third house can be social media as well. So yeah, a lot of activity for some of you Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. I think the luck there with the opening of opportunity with Ops, and then Venus and Jupiter, harmony, popularity. You can be very popular right now. Something you write, big on some social media platform, some breakthrough in your popularity for sure. You could also take a trip that really enhances the story of you. This is a local trip, of course, third house, not far off lands. Sibling breakthroughs as well, or your sibling finally getting through to you, or you to your sibling and having a breakthrough conversation, or self-expressing in a way that creates a breakthrough with a sibling that can lead to negotiations, contracts, and agreements and partnership in your identity house, your first house, something big. You've got Juno transiting through your first house all through 2021, more or less, till November. Starts in mid-January, or it's already there. So, this can often incite a deep romantic love affair of the seventh house quality, like where you meet a profound soulmate energy. So I just want to plant that seed. But now I'm looking at this going, Venus is the goddess of love. Jupiter is the goddess of luck and expansion. Meeting in a sextile to Juno in the house of identity. This could trigger an intersection in your local neighborhood. Some of you Sagittariuses, where you're falling for someone local in the local hood, boom, end of that story. I'll just stick with that for you guys, you Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants. Okay, moving forward. All right, so Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and especially Ascendant. Money, guys, it's about the money, honey. Look at all this money stellium in your second house of earnings. I bet you Capricorns are really looking at an improvement in your earnings right now, but also a lot of activity and a lot of shuffling around about how money comes to you, how your basic needs are met, what you need to do to hustle or not hustle, how you need to change vocational stuff and voice maybe around money. Now, this also can be a breakthrough financially, really. It's in a money house, right? Jupiter and Venus, goddess of money with the god of luck. So around the 11th, you might have a bonus breakthrough moment regarding money that usually comes from work. The second house is usually like derived from your first house effort. So you doing you in the world, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, bringing a bolt of money luck to you. Why not? Now, past life energies are at play. Juno in the house of past lives, karma from past lives, but also hidden secret backroom deals, right? Juno in the 12th house, things that, negotiations and contracts behind the scenes. Nobody knows about them. They're not public. So are you going to engage in behind the scenes negotiations about something? Especially the 12th house can be trade from foreign lands. So negotiating international business contracts or something, but behind the scenes. So the backroom business energy is very strong there. So secret negotiations and contractual agreements leading to some breakthrough in your finances, maybe for some of you Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants. Me, Aquarius rising. For you Aquarius rising, Sun, Moon, and Ascendants, we are the order of the day, guys. We're the new guard. We have this conjunction. We have the stellium in first time since 1962. I hope I said that at the beginning, but anyway, first time since 1962 in our natal first house. And so we're really jazzed. We might feel excited and exhausted, exhilarated and overstimulated at the same time. I sure can say that's true for me. But when Jupiter and Venus come together in the sky, and I told you the story of my kindergarten friend and high school sweetheart coming back into my life, 2019, when these babies came together in the sky in my house of friends and my house of childhood friends connected to it. This is like a very prominent place for all Aquariuses. This is really at the heart of who we are. This is happening in our identity. This is happening in the character that we play. we are the Aquarian guard here to, advance humanity and, find new ways of connecting and have brilliant new ideas. And we're often early adopters for technology, right? I'm in Clubhouse. I'm an early adopter of that app. I was an early adopter of Facebook. So we're always on the front lines of that kind of stuff, pioneering inventive energy. So a couple of ways Jupiter and Venus could show up: an idea that really informs or pivots who you think you are in the world, um, a collaborative effort with a community that really changes or pivots your identity and your self-expression of self in a good way, feeling physically healthy and beautiful and popular in your expression of self, and possibly as well being extra charismatic and magnetic and bountiful and magnanimous during the February 11th timeframe. Now let's look at Juno up in the house of clubs and belonging and community, hopes, dreams, and wishes. Larger social circles of belonging, friendships that belong because you belong to something together. So you could partner with somebody in a house of belonging. For instance, I want to do a podcast with a fellow astrologer or two. So that's belonging to the Society of Astrologers kind of thing. And I want to collaborate. So partner with. So that could be, for me, a very clean example of that. And, Jupiter and Venus can sometimes mean two people, like, a Jupiter character and a Venus character showing up in the house of your identity, so maybe that's like literal sometimes, anyway, a guy and a girl and me partnering on a podcast or something. But, it just is such a blessing that because the 11th house is your hopes, dreams, and wishes, and the house of good spirit. And, this is your very identity that's being fortified by this, combination of Jupiter and Venus together here. And so, on the asteroid of opportunity, abundance, and plenty. So if you had any worries about your health, by the way, first house can be the body. It's going to be like all systems go, 2 thumbs up. Breakthroughs in your health and well-being, and feeling just like you cut through something to the other side, maybe. And I love Juno up here. So look for partnerships and as well that can create more momentum in your hopes, dreams, and wishes of your life, what you really want for yourself. This is the house of your karmic rewards from paying off the debt of the 6th house. So what rewards are coming through partnership for you? Love and business. Last but never least, Pisces, sun, moon, and especially ascendant. This is very subtle. All the stellium is here in your 12th house of past lives, your dreams at night, your inner reverie, house of self-undoing, house of barter and trade from foreign lands. Venus is money. And she's with the asteroid of opportunity. Jupiter is expansion, a new beginning of expansion and opportunity regarding money from foreign lands. Get that PayPal Stripe account rolling. If you do online business, especially some of you Pisces do. My sister, Blind Faith Readings, is a Pisces rising, and she's been doing well with her readings, but I bet she's going to do much better after February 11th. I can see that the partnership's coming in the career zone of your chart, Pisces. So what kind of business, career opportunity or partnerships opening up for you that you could partner or agree with another and collaborate in a way that also, brings great breakthroughs. The muse is inspiring here, song and dance and astronomy and astrology. Do you want to partner with an astrologer? Or are you going to partner with, the dancing muse and create some kind of momentum in your 12th? Now, if you meditate, great, you'll have breakthrough insights. You could have a lucky insight or breakthrough in a dream at night that Jupiter and Venus give you that can enhance the story of your career. So pay attention to your reverie, your meditations, your inner insights, and all of that. All right, guys, now I'm going to get this screen done to say goodbye to you. And then I'm going to go for a walk with 2 friends. Oh my God, in sunny, super sunny Vancouver, Canada today. I think I can now put my mic down, but maybe not because I don't have a platform for it. So I've just look, my mic is coming into like some kind of prominence. It's shining some great celestial light. Wow. All right. So anyway, I will see you guys next. I'm going to talk about the Uranus Saturn square coming up on February 17th. And in the meantime, take up this little lucky break and enjoy it and see what it brings you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It helps my channel grow. And please check out all my sales below and my sister Sydney's enormously incredible price of a year ahead reading from her. She pre-records blind faith readings on sale half price now. Check the link below. All right, I am done. This was awkward on the bed with the dog barking. Thanks for staying with me through the whole thing. Ciao, ciao, guys.